What's going on, everybody? Genesis Jones here with Total G-Shockers. And in this video, we'll be comparing the Garmin Descent Mk1 to the GPR B1000 Rangeman. Now, this was a question from McGuire's Karate, who left a comment on one of the videos asking for me to give my opinion on the GPR Rangeman versus the Garmin Descent Mk1 watch. So shout out to you, McGuire's Karate. Thanks for the question. So let's get into it. So again, I want to thank McGuire's Karate for asking this question. I was excited to get this video first composed and then out to you. So let's get into it. Here's what I think about the Descent Mk1 and the GPR B1000 Rangeman. And I'm going to rank them based on 5 categories. So number 1, design. The Garmin Descent Mk1 has a rugged exterior that looks like it could probably take some hits if necessary. We have 5 screws that hold the beveled bezel sturdy in place, while 5 circular buttons surround the 1.2-inch display. The inner bezel around the screen along with the outer bezel together measure about ½ an inch. So Garmin has also made sure to incorporate a series of buttons on both sides of the display for quick and easy navigation. Built tough, this Descent Mk1 also comes with a fiber reinforced polymer body with sapphire crystal, stainless steel bezel and buttons, and a silicone wrist band. And there is water resistance up to 100 meters. There's also transflective technology used to reflect and transmit the light. At the same time, it enables you to read the display under intense sunlight. Now, for the Rangeman, there is no touchscreen, right? Casio's history here isn't that good, as some of the older models with touchscreens are a little difficult to use. So instead, G-Shock chose to augment its Master of G watches with smart features that are relevant to the series theme, which is absolute toughness. So you can access modes and features using the 2 buttons on the left, and you can navigate and select them using the crown on the right. So you have the luxury of not being confused and frustrated by controlling the watch with various buttons on the side of the watch. Now, it has a 60mm case, it weighs 142 grams, and is a big, bold watch that isn't for the faint of heart. So definitely resembling the style of a Mudmaster, the Rangeman also has a construction that combats dust, dirt, shock, high and low temperatures, mud, and water up to 200 meters. It also comes with a sapphire crystal over the face for extra damage control. The strap is reinforced with carbon fiber and is a sturdy watch band material that is also comfortable while on your wrist. Now, the full digital display is easy to read, and the backlight is bright and clear enough to illuminate the screen whenever you need it. It's not a huge screen, and it may take some time to learn some of the details on the screen. So number 2, let's get into battery life. One of the great things about wearing Garmin watches compared to smartwatches is that you rarely have to think about recharging too often. If you're not using the GPS, dive mode, or the heart rate monitor, the Descent Mk1 will last up to 21 days. This means that if you forget to bring the charger on a trip lasting more than 1 day, then you'll be just fine with having ample juice on your watch. Now, if you are using typical smartwatch features, the battery life is 12 days. In dive mode, the battery lasts up to 40 hours. And in GPS mode, the battery life will last approximately 20 hours. And whenever it is time to charge the Garmin watch, you can get the job done with a small charging cradle that snaps into the port on the back of the watch. Now, for the GPR Rangeman, it of course has solar power. If there is no light that the Rangeman can access, then Casio also supplies a wireless charger that takes the battery to full charge in 5 hours. Now, for non-GPS use, the battery life in this state is anywhere between 2 months to 29 months. With GPS on continuous reception, expected battery life of approximately 33 hours. Number 3 category is activity tracking. Now, the Descent Mk1 uses the Fenix 5X as its core platform, giving you the ability to track a plethora of activities since it is quick to pick up a GPS signal and is also smart enough to know when one activity has ended and another is beginning. In addition to monitoring running, this watch can also record your metrics when you're hiking, climbing, mountain biking, skiing, snowboarding, swimming, rowing. You get the picture. They also have the breadcrumb feature which makes it easy to find your way back where you started if you're in uncharted territory. So for the G-Shock Rangeman, this function is called backtracking. And when running, the Descent Mk1 measures the distance with exceptional accuracy, the VO2 max score, and this is the measure of your overall fitness level, the optical heart rate monitor, the intensity of your training over the past week, and it even has a race predictor which lists how fast the watch will think you'll complete a certain race given the activity that it has tracked so far. Now in addition, you get sunrise, sunset times, ABC features, depth sensor, diving features, boating features, golfing features, cycling features, and so much more. Now the Rangeman is the first solar charged G-Shock watch with GPS, but it's not meant to navigate you to work and back quite yet. It's really meant to get you from point A to point B, and it's able to do this on the screen with directional guidance, which is based on the G-Shock connected app. Now with the built-in GPS, is able to track the watch so that it doesn't drain the battery on your phone while the routes and waypoints are created in the app. And if you're a little lost when it comes to the GPS on the Rangeman, don't worry. I've created a GPS series specifically for this Rangeman, so I've got you covered. Anyway, so the data syncs between the watch and the phone using Bluetooth. So your adventures are tracked and can be viewed as a timeline or on a 3D map if you choose. The customizable screen shows you everything from barometric pressure, sunrise and sunset times, and world times to GPS waypoint data. Number 4 category is the app. So the Garmin app does require some time to actually learn, but once you have it, you're good to go. The home screen shows you things like your depth gauge, how many steps you've taken, and your heart rate. Now, if you swipe to different screens on the app, it will show you more information about various activities. Of course, you can customize how many of these pages show up, as well as the order in which these pages appear. The app also has options to click things like the calendar, challenges, news feed, notifications, and more. Now, the G-Shock connected app is visually attractive, and all the main features of the watch like alarms, world time, and moon and tide data can be set up through it. We've noticed that connecting the watch to the app using an iPhone tends to be a lot easier and less glitchier than that on an Android. Alright, and finally, number 5, other features. Now here are some of the other things that you may find helpful about the Descent Mk1. So the digital 3-axis compass shows you your direction in degrees and can be used for navigation in case the GPS signal is not available. Also, the watch doesn't have to be completely level for precise measurements since it handles any tilting. For the Rangeman's compass, there's 60 seconds of continuous measurement, bidirectional calibration, magnetic declination calibration, and a graphical display of north and an auto horizontal compensation. Another feature to point out is the Bluetooth adapter, which when connected allows you to see emails, texts, and alerts from the phone directly on the watch. Now the Rangeman doesn't display your emails, texts, and alerts, just FYI. So here are my thoughts. From a design perspective, either watch works, right? If you prefer a smaller case size, then the Descent Mk1 is great. Now, if you don't mind having a more rugged looking timepiece whose company is built on the toughness philosophy, then the Rangeman is perfect for you. When it comes to the battery life, and in terms of GPS, Rangeman, enough said. Now looking at the battery life from some of the other modes, either the Descent Mk1 or the Rangeman work. With the activity tracking, again it depends. If you're into all of the sports-like tracking as well as the deep sea tracking, then the Descent Mk1 works. But if you're not really into all of that, then the Rangeman is better for you. If you want to watch with more smartwatch-like features like displaying your texts, alerts, and emails on your watch, then the Descent Mk1 is for you. If you want to watch with the option of GPS-assisted solar charging, the Rangeman works for you. Bottom line, the Garmin Descent Mk1 is one rock star of a watch, especially for those who love outdoor adventures and who need or want to capture everything they do. It provides detailed stats on a multitude of activities, has an accurate heart rate monitor, and doesn't weigh your arm down with its 101 gram and 51 millimeter wide face. It also lasts a considerable amount of time on a charge. The Rangeman is also aimed at outdoorsmen who enjoy nothing more than getting completely lost over the weekend. The Rangeman will simply help you find your way when Google Maps decides it doesn't want to help you that day. When it comes to the price, Rangeman, as of right now, has a retail price of $800 in US currency, whereas the Garmin Descent Mk1 has a retail price of $999 in US currency. So these are the things to consider. For me personally, I would choose the Rangeman because of the battery life options, the full functionality with iPhone, the water resistance range, and the overall look. But this Garmin is impressing me so much. I'm also very active in sports and fitness, so the fact that I have essentially an all-encompassing watch from an activity perspective makes me lean more towards this model. And I know this is primarily a G-Shock channel, hence the name Total G-Shockers, and we're generally supposed to be biased toward the G-Shock models, but I have to give this one to Garmin Descent Mk1. This is a phenomenal watch. For me, I believe the Garmin Descent Mk1 is the better choice in this instance, and I'm just speaking for me. So I hope this comparison helped you out. That's all for today. If you're on the fence with whether to get the Garmin Descent Mk1 or a G-Shock GPRB1000 Rangeman watch, hopefully this video helped to iron out the similarities and differences between them. Thanks so much, McGuire's Karate, for the question. And also, if you have a question or want a specific video about G-Shock done, just put it in the comments section. I'll see it and respond, and we'll be happy to get that video out to you if you request it. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. All I really care about is making sure I'm dropping valuable content that will help you out in this big G-Shock world. So your feedback is greatly appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when our content hits YouTube. That's all for today. I'll talk to you soon. And as always, continue to rock your G-Shock nonstop. Deuces!